All right, guys. Today I just decided to pick out something random. I'm kind of on this iced earth kick. I just decided to just started thinking about Days of Purgatory. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to talk about here. Was it a good idea? Is it interesting or a waste of time? Does it have a reason to exist? What was the purpose? Well, first and foremost, let me give you a little bit of background on when I got this and why I got this. So, my first Iced Earth album was Something Wicked This Way Comes. Actually, I got it for Christmas. I was really surprised that my parents even found an Iced Earth album. But when they did, that was one of my favorite CDs I've ever gotten in my life. Yeah, that was pretty much a game changer for me. And then, I was reading up on their discography, and I found out about some guy was talking about this on a Iced Earth fan site, saying that if you want the first three albums, you might as well buy this because you're getting better versions of all the songs, and just skip right to this. Don't even worry about the first three albums. And I'm like, whoa, 3 albums in one? Okay. So I was all about that. So this is before I even really had my own eBay account. I think I used my dad's eBay account, and I remember I won this on an auction because there was also a regular jewel case version, but I ended up getting the digipack, which was, I don't really like digipacks, but this is cool. It's got a lot of cool artwork in it and whatever. So, and I remember I won the bid. I was super excited, and I remember listening to it. I liked it. But to be honest with you, the experience was kind of confusing because what's what? You know what I mean? What album is what? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of a compilation of songs in no particular order. It was cool for a little bit, but to be honest with you, I had a hunger to actually get the first 3 albums, and I did. So, all right. So why did this exist exactly? Well, Schaefer, I can tell, was one of those perfectionist type of guys that if something wasn't up to his standard, he was going to fix that problem. And as you could tell, there was a lot of album cover changes with early albums and things that I still just prefer the originals of everything. But yeah, all these songs, so these aren't the complete first 3 albums, by the way. Each album, and we're talking the first self-titled Iced Earth album, Night of the Storm Rider, and Burnt Offerings. It's every album's, I think, missing about maybe 2 tracks, 1 or 2 tracks from each. Yeah, because I think the first Iced Earth album, it was missing Curse the Sky, which I don't understand. I love that song. One of my favorites on the album. Don't know why it was left off. Trying to think what else was left off. I know Night of the Storm Rider was missing Mystical End. I don't know why. Perfectly good song. And Burnt Offerings was missing Burning Oasis, which, again, I don't understand. Great song. So that kind of puts it down. I would have rather him just re-record the first 3 albums than just make a compilation. And of course, one of the big things, I know Schaefer, Matt Barlow was the singer for this time. And what year did this even come out? 98. Oh, wow. So about like the same year Something Wicked This Way Comes. So, Matt Barlow is the current singer. He was probably going to forever be the singer in John Schaefer's mind. That was probably the plan. That's probably how they imagined it. And that didn't happen. So hearing all the songs with Matt Barlow is kind of a cool thing, which I like. But okay, well, let's listen. So what's different about this? What has been updated? Well, the production. And I got to say this about the production. Schaefer really managed to keep the integrity of these songs intact. I will say that. Even as far as the guitar tones sound kind of like the original albums. I don't even know if this was his signature Larry Groman amp or if he went back to Marshalls just to kind of keep the old sound. I don't know. I will say that it sounds pretty much like the originals, only with a better mix and just maybe a punchier production. Yeah, I don't know. So as far as the production, like what's different about it? I will say this: I think the kick drum sounds phenomenal. The kick drum's really, really beefy on this. Everything pretty much sounds like the originals, though, in the mix. It's just maybe a little cleaner. Just cleaner and punchier, I guess I would say. Depending on how you feel about the first two singers of the band, a lot of people kind of put down Gene Adam, on the first album. So if you don't like Gene Adams' voice, they've been redone with Barlow here. But personally, I like Gene Adams' voice. I know. Call me crazy, but I actually think I just like that he's different. He's just, he's got a good voice. And, I'll do a video talking about him probably more in the future. So, are the songs pretty much the same? Did he add? Did he take away? There are minimal differences from the originals in some of these. For instance, Colors, had some guitar chords that were there that are missing. Let me think here. When the Night Falls. Now, I will admit I do like the Matt Barlow version of When the Night Falls because I think I like the sang chorus a lot better than just Gene going, "When the night falls, when the moon is full." I just think it's more interesting this way. But they did cut off the intro to When the Night Falls. I don't care for that because I really like the acoustic intro. Burnt Offerings actually has a different intro, and I actually really like this intro better. Okay, I don't know 100% what this intro 100% came from, but I can tell you right now, I played an old NES game. Really wish I can remember what the heck it was called. It was this weird, it's NES, but it was like this 3-dimensional game. Maybe you're like a wizard or something. I can't remember what the heck it was called. Kind of a cool game, a hard game that'll make you mad. But I'm not kidding. The intro to this song, to Burnt Offerings on here, is part of that game soundtrack. I don't know if this song is some old song that from way back or some classical piece that was reused. I don't know, but I just thought that was really cool that maybe John Schaefer played that game and I want to make an intro from that. I don't know, but that I actually think is kind of cool. Written in the Walls from the first album. I don't know why they decided to call it Cast in Stone and change the lyrics. I thought Written on the Walls was a cool idea. I thought that was a cool title. I don't really know why that happened, but I don't know. To be honest, everything's pretty well intact. I mean, the song Eyster's little miniature little changes, instead of harmonizing just half of the riff, he harmonized the whole riff, the main opening riff. Just little things like that are changed. Not a big deal. Nothing drastically different for the most part. But yeah, I don't know. So So what do we got on here? So there are some extra things on here that are pretty cool. If you're not interested in hearing the original songs updated, there are other reasons to buy this. For instance, they actually contain Enter the Realm songs before Enter the Realm was re-released. So it starts off with Enter the Realm, which is basically just a really, really cool acoustic intro. Very, very cool. Then we got Winter Nights, which actually, I don't really know the origin of Winter Nights 100%. It actually wasn't on the original demo. It wasn't on the Enter the Realm demo, so all I know is that it was a previously unreleased song. And quite a good one, to be honest. I really, really like this. It should have made it on the first album, in my opinion. Another song is Nightmares. Nightmares, also on the Enter the Realm EP or demo or whatever. Awesome song. I don't know why it didn't make it to the album. I know that, you know, these songs, like Winter Nights and Nightmares, are kind of a little more simplistic songs, while the rest of the album's very more complex and full of lots of riffs and stuff. Maybe they just felt it was too plain Jane. I don't know, but they're really not plain Jane. They're really good songs. So that's about the only thing that's really added to it. So, in my opinion, was it worth it? Well, okay, I guess if you're not a fan of Gene Adam and for some odd reason you think the first production of the first album is too raw, you might enjoy these better. Night of the Storm Rider, I don't know. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like John Greeley, but if you just wanted to hear those songs with Matt Barlow, I guess there's that. To be totally honest, there was absolutely zero reason for Burnt Offerings to any of those songs to be re-recorded, because there's no point. I mean, Matt Barlow already sang on those, and the production was already really good, so I have no idea why that was re-recorded. I kind of think that was a waste of time. So, is it interesting or a waste of time? Or something in between? I find it interesting. I think probably back then it might have been maybe a cooler idea, but by today's standards, I think everybody pretty well listens to the originals. You know, this really didn't replace anything. This really didn't change the way anybody thinks about the first three albums, I don't think. But, you know, it's interesting to have, so I'm glad it's there. I mean, I listened to the originals probably 99% of the time, and maybe 1% I'll just pull this out for fun. But another thing, I actually like the way the originals sound with the extra reverb. That's something else. The production may be a little drier on these. I kind of like the original reverbs and delays that kind of been sucked out, but that's just me. I'm really into original things, unless the first couple albums were so awful in one way or another that it needed a re-release, but they really didn't. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's fun to own, fun to listen to from time to time, but not necessarily necessary. We could have lived without it just fine, but hey, whatever. It's cool. Thanks for watching.